Hello my wonderful people, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another reading. And it's a bit of a gloomy day, but I'm sure the reading is going to reflect something much better. Again, remember, only take what resonates, leave out the rest. These are general readings, and in order to identify what is actually the best, what are the best messages for you, you can always book a personal reading with me. I am reopening my personal readings now, and yeah, we already have quite a few cards flipping out, which means messages are coming out very quickly. So let's see what is coming up for us. Okay, this deck is in German, but I will translate it. So this is Ace of Swords. All right, Ace of Swords. Oh my God. Ace of Swords. There you go. All right, Ace of Swords. Beginning of something. It's like beginning of even like a new chapter, something you may have been planning for quite a long time, and this chapter is going to hold quite expansive new lessons. Just hold on one sec. Let me grab the other two cards which I have here. Oh, four. Okay, perfect. Expansive new chapter starting from this point onwards. It's quite an auspicious time for it, and this chapter, yeah, is going to involve certain lessons which are exactly what you need for your higher level. What does that mean? So for example, if you are starting a business or wanting to start a business, it's such a great time. Even like the skills that are needed for, like, you know, to be a millionaire, to have a millionaire mindset, to have a to have certain skill sets that are required for a high value business person, or in entrepreneurship, or even perhaps in a relationship, something that is starting out. It's a chapter that is starting out, which is lots of lessons learning. Won't be as in-depth as it may have been before if you've been watching my readings for quite a while, and you are on the spiritual journey. It's not perhaps the lessons to the depth, like almost like mind-blowing lessons, you know, lessons which are like perhaps quite stemming from like deep hurts. You're shaking your core belief systems. It's not quite like that. This chapter is more, you are wiser, you have more knowledge already. It's more about application of those things, and the lessons are the higher level lessons. The starting lessons tend to be the most painful ones, which is why in your 20s, or if you are a believer of Saturn returns, which happens around the age of 27 or 28, you know, that's when you go through some of the hardest lessons in your life, usually to do with love, relationships and money, and like your belief systems that have been present since you were very young, and it's like shaking up. And especially if you go through like your first breakup, that's quite a big shake up. It's things like that, you know, or you dealing with yeah, of course, relationships, but also like some money issues. Money issues may be something quite a big chapter as well in your life. It depends on what you have been through that shook your world quite a bit. Something that like made you realize, like, all right, what I thought wasn't it. This is not how our world works. You're kind of like, you are revealed to this new chapter, which is that, okay, I've learned all these lessons. What I thought of the world, it's not actually quite like that. It's it's not. And you've been through the hurt, you've learnt the lessons, you've made connection with your spiritual guides, or with whoever you believe in the universe. You've had that connection with the spirits, and you believe in yourself even more. And now it's lessons more so, which are kind of application. It's higher level lessons. Lessons perhaps more so to do with money as well. Money coming in at a higher level. You know, you might be, you know, it's like before you perhaps like had a certain amount of money, but your now mindset is going to be thinking in higher, like maybe hundreds of thousands and even millions. And if you are expanding to that, that requires another mindset as well as different lessons in life, which you'll need to adapt to if that's not something you were doing before in the previous stage of your life. All right, what's the next card? I always find this card so funny. So in this deck, there is just this one card, which is like this. And it says here, alles ist gut, which usually means everything's good. The woman's like death. You know, it's almost like an indication of like, how many more lessons am I going to have to learn? It's kind of like that. I mean, that's what life's about. So we are literally here to learn some major lessons in life, and even some small lessons, and how they impact our just journey. And it's just a card to say it's all right, everything's okay. You might be a bit exhausted, take a little breather, but you have to just keep going. There's no way out. We got the Chariot, as you can see here. Maybe it's better if I show here. Yeah, Chariot. Okay, opportunity. All right, like I said, this time is a very auspicious time about luck. So there's some opportunity that may be entering your way right now. And yeah, some opportunity. What is this opportunity? 10 of Cups. All right. For someone, it will be an opportunity. If this is what you're looking for, if you're looking for a happy family life with a partner and, you know, having a future family together with the two of you, you know, building this, if you're wanting that next in your life, which is like a family, with like eventually building your own family, building something together with emotional, like deep emotional fulfillment and connections, that's what's coming for you next. It doesn't always have to indicate family itself. Sometimes it indicates just your relationships around you, really like fulfilling relationships that you don't actually need right now, a romantic relationship to build that family unit. Maybe you meet certain people, friendships, or people who are perhaps your distant family members who are now coming close, or something like that, you know, which is gonna feel really fulfilling. Like you'll feel fulfilled without having to search out a partner or something like that. You'll have that emotional fulfillment. But for some of you, this will be very much a wanting to build a family with someone, and an opportunity to build that may be coming. This may be a romantic offer. 7 of Pentacles. I've seen this card quite a few times, but this is such a great card. So this is a person who's done pretty much all the hard work, planted all the seeds. This is especially a money card, especially if you put investments into, could be anything. It doesn't have to be money necessarily related. Investments could be investment into yourself. Maybe you did a lot of a self-development work. You invested into coaches, healers. You invested into perhaps even stocks and shares, something like that. Remember, this is not a financial I'm not a financial advisor, right? I am simply a tarot reader reading energies here, and that's something what I'm seeing here. That 7 of Pentacles may be indicating that you are getting the rewards of what you put in. You've planted all the seeds. It's not necessarily time to really like do more. Like, it's not about what else can I do more. You just need to wait a little bit and see what you have planted, see things, what you have done so far, and just take a stock of them. Like, think about it this way. Sometimes we forget. We think we need to keep working, but actually you've done all the work. So if you've put money into certain stock and stuff, you know, you maybe check once a month and that's it. You don't want to check it like every single day, because you're not going to see the growth. You're going to see the growth over time. It's not meant to be like, okay, what do I do next? Or should I do this? It's not time for that. You have done the work. Or if you have started a business, again, you have learnt the basic business skills, you know, to get you started at least. You know what to do next. You know kind of what your next step might be. It's just time to in fact, even like the opportunity card, the card of Chariot that we just got earlier here, the Chariot card, and these may even be linked, like you have done all the work that needed to be done. You know, 10 of Cups, and here you are getting your Seven of Pentacles, which is that you have planted all the seeds in order to get this opportunity. Just wait for this opportunity in the next couple of days, and then things will be a lot clearer. Then you'll know a bit more what you can do, you know, how it may help you. Now, King of Cups, emotional balancing. All right, this is also linked with money, by the way. I want to share a certain experience that kind of confirmed how being in lack can be reflected by your bank account, your emotional state. A couple of days ago, I left Germany a month and a half ago, and I've moved back to England. And I had this gym membership when I was there, and I had previously cancelled it, everything, sent the paperwork, and I had said that I'd like to cancel my contract. All within time, everything was done, and I thought it was sorted. Until I was still getting emails from them when I had moved here, despite having cancelled everything. And I was like, I sent an email to the customer service team and of the gym, and I said, well, I have cancelled the membership, so why am I still getting the emails? And they said they have no record of me sending that, and panic sets in because it was quite an expensive gym, because I wanted to be there, and I used gym as like my social time, my work time, as well as my health, so it was worth the investment. I spoke to the customer service team, and I was like, look, I can't, like, I already sent you the email. I CC'd them, I sent them the email again to show them that, look, I had already sent it. They agreed, yes, I had sent it. Somehow the email had gotten lost somewhere in the pipeline, and they hadn't cancelled my membership. And I was like, oh my God, if I hadn't spoken up, this just wouldn't have, you know, I would have been charged again and again. That was a couple of weeks ago. 2 days ago, my bank account was charged again, and I was furious. I was like, why am I having to chase this thing again and again? And really, like, I was so angry, and I wrote this angry email, which I don't advise you to do. I would advise you to really take a breather and then write it, because, you know, it's better when you communicate in calmness rather than in absolute anger and just like, why isn't, you know, because you could be wrong as well, you know. It's like, it's very, like, it can very much happen that you're wrong. Anyway, so I communicated that to the team, and they said, oh, we had done everything, we had cancelled it, I don't know what has happened. And I mean, I kind of believe them, you know. It wasn't like they had sent the confirmation email that it was cancelled. So then I contacted my bank. Hey, look, I don't know what's happening. Like, you know, and this was like 3-4 days ago. And after that, I was furious. I was like, when is this gonna stop? Like, you know, I have left it. Why is the money going out? And then I really just looked into myself. How am I feeling? How have I been feeling, even despite this thing? Like, generally about money itself, and generally like my emotional state towards money. And I was feeling really like holding on tight to it, like kind of like kind of like just, you know, I'm like kind of thinking of it not in terms of that it's a resource that is available to help me in the times when I need, but I was thinking of it as, all right, I just have to hold on to it, or someone's going to take it. And it did get taken, and I felt like, oh my God, awful, you know. And it was a great reflection in a way that, you know, I was just feeling like tense the whole time, but that tense feeling was also dripping into other areas of my life, such as like just I was irritable the whole night yesterday, and I was irritable like with people close to me, and I really had to like observe my thoughts and like my emotions around them, because it's not their fault, it's mine. It's all got to do with me and my emotional state, nothing to do with them. So I had to really be careful. And that's what you want to notice. What is your emotional state like right now if money is going out? And like, it's usually a lesson, because this morning I received the money back, and I had yesterday time for myself just to like let the anger out, in a way feel like not frustrated, like, you know, it was frustration to do with I took all the right steps. I did everything that was asked of me to do in order to not have this exact situation which is coming up right now. And despite that, the situation came. You know, that frustration really got to me, and I felt like I had to really just fight for it. And if you are, and maybe that's a great lesson if you have previously been passive in your life, you know, maybe it's like a wake-up call, like, all right, you need to stand up for yourself and you need to fight for certain things. Because sometimes, you know, things go under pipeline and just, you don't, it's easy to take advantage of, especially if you're under pressure. Watch out for you being taken advantage of. And in the last couple of days, I was under pressure. However, I had to take a breather. I had to take time to myself and think, hey, what's happening with my emotional state? As long as I regulated and really like looked at what was happening and just relaxed about it and trusted the fact that it's going to come back. The money is going to come back. You know, no one is stealing from me. It's just that I need to have myself regulated. Your emotional state it needs to be mastered. If you're especially manifesting a lot more money, partnership, if you're in the next phase of your life, next step, your lessons are going to be harder in order to get to that, in order to get to those rewards. So that's the message I get here. After that long message there, but I hope that example helps you, that as long as you regulate your emotional state and get into the feeling of where you're not worried, that's exactly when things come to you. And the more you can master that on a regular basis, have that emotional state mastered on a regular basis, you're going to have a life where you feel way more... Control is not the right word, because we don't have that. You just feel way more not a reactive time bomb. You know, something happened. Oh my God, this happened. Oh my God, what am I meant to do? You know, you always see those people who are just very dysregulated and very like kind of just dependent on the circumstances, and angry at like the traffic, angry at people around them. And it is the person who is the calmest in chaos is the person that you want to be. That's a superpower, and that's the lesson you may be being learned, especially if you're going to go high in your business skills. You're going to need that skill, because if you're going to go high in your business, like you want to create more wealth and like bring more business in, more clients, high profile clients, something like that, you're going to need to be very calm, because with stepping up, leveling up, you are going to get people who are at times may try and bring you down. Yeah, it's just part of life. So I hope those messages help you. Right. I'm gonna do maybe 2 more cards. There's something else is active. I'm feeling like the reading's not finished. There's another theme that's active. Do I need another card? Deck. I think let's stick to this. Let's stick to this one deck. Right, let's see. What more cards do we need, universe? Okay, I knew it. Something was up. Right. I knew this card was going to come up in this reading. As soon as I started talking about the money and investments, this is exactly it. Someone is holding on to their money for their dear life, like tightly, like it's time to really let that. It doesn't mean you spend money. It just means that you don't hold it so tightly, that you are just stingy. You are careful, you go within the budget, you meet your basic needs, but do not try and be stingy and try and get money off of someone else. And it's by getting money off of someone else, I mean, like, you know, tricking and all these things. You know, you have to be clever about money. That is 100% true. That is a lesson of life, 100%. But not from a state of like, I need it, I need to do this. More from a state of, you are worthy of it. Go from worthiness and self-regulation rather than dysregulated and neediness. And you're more likely to get it. So it's time to not hold on to money like for your dear life. A great practice from that is to really look at different objects within your house that you already have. If you have a car, if you have great food, you can have great food. If you can get your nails done, you know, and if you have a nice wardrobe still, you know, even if it's old clothes, if you have at one point bought something, you know, a jacket or something that you just loved, and when you got it, if you remember how amazing it felt like to buy this expensive thing and you had saved up for it and you got it, that's still in your wardrobe right now. So go check the things that you already have. You'll realize you're richer than everyone. Not everyone, but you're richer than you thought you were. So that is a great tactic to do right now, especially when you're feeling lack in money. I mean, I have a laptop and I got this iMac and I got this new desk. Just start listing things, especially the expensive things that you already own or have, and at one point were able to get them very easily. Yeah, where it wasn't even like, oh, that just came very easily. You need to focus on those things because at one point you wanted those things. The Hermit. Okay, so, oh God. Okay, so we get the card of Hermit. Someone needs to, this is not a message for everyone, but someone, okay, the message that I get is, you need to get offline. This is not the message necessarily to like seclude yourself. It's actually not. The message that I get is you need to close things offline and go outside. I actually don't get a message here that you need to seclude yourself, like be isolated for a bit, you know, to spend time with yourself. That's not the message I get here. It's actually a message to step away from your screens and be present more in your surroundings, surrounded by people around you. It's to turn off the screens and going online. If you're dating, try to date in person rather than going on websites and dating apps. It's time to step outside in the real world and do these things rather than doing it online. You're not meant to be online anymore. Step out of it. It still doesn't feel like the reading's finished. Something else is coming up. What is coming up? Okay. The Sun card, but reversed. Which is not the funnest cards. But the reason why it may be reversed is... Okay. I get a message here. This seems like a dating one. It's time to spot the red flags. That's what, if you're going into the dating situation, the thing that may block out your happiness, like this happy state of being, this card is one of the best cards in tarot deck. It's like just such happy card. Like, you know, it's just wonderful. You are the sunshine, and the thing that may block your sunshine are the red flags that you forget to notice in other people whilst you're dating or meeting, perhaps even on dating apps. Like I said, get off the dating apps and go in person, go meet people in person, because you'll get more sense of their energy by meeting in person rather than going on dating apps and just trying to sit at your home and like at night just scrolling. Get outside, go meet people, and be wary of the red flags in dating. So many people have done videos on what are the red flags. So there's abundance of like material out there, so go watch one of the videos out there that may help you in initial stages of dating. You'll need that. You'll need to get that practice in to spot what are the bad signs, what are not the great signs. Once you have spotted those, once you've learnt your lessons, then you can move on, right? And then you can see who can fit into your life and who cannot. And I promise you, it does get better, especially if you're feeling like you're not meeting the right people and there are some red flags, this and that. It does get better. And the pool of people who are just so not meant to be for you, toxic, are going to cause you headaches, stress, wrinkles and all that, they're going to fall out if you start noticing red flags earlier in your dating situations. All right, last couple of cards. Gosh, I'm surprised this reading hasn't finished and I feel like I'm not done. Okay, got 2 more cards. Ace of Pentacles. Again, a beginning of something. Okay, one thing I really notice is, so my attention straight away went to the nails. Okay. Any situation now that you're entering, project, work related, think of it through the eyes of money. I know that sounds a little bit like, I don't know, like, it's not selfish because, you know, we are here to watch out for ourselves and really work on ourselves more in order to have the most abundant life, and money is part of it. So it's not selfish. I see the black nails and long black nails. That really is an indication of being in your dark feminine energy. If you don't know what that is, like what kind of again, there's loads of videos out there, you can watch them. I can create a video if you'd like me to. Just post it in the comments below if you'd like me to create a video on how to be in your dark feminine. But like, that's just a representation of like someone who is not really going to be messed with. You are, it's a very like certain energy you'll need to go alongside any situation that you're entering next, in terms of money, even love situation, you know, relationships and love situations have a link with money, so you can't ignore this. This is something to be really like taken into account. So yeah, watch out for that before you go into a situation, next situation, beginnings, new beginnings, especially meeting new people, business ventures or anything like that. You need to have your dark feminine energy turned on. That means you need to be able to spot anyone, read people quite well. Then we also got 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords. Okay, this is a card about lost battle. There was something that didn't work out in the past, and perhaps your focus is going on regrets of the past. Things just didn't work out. You know, what you thought was gonna be, it wasn't. It was just a lesson, a great lesson at that, to be honest. And it's time to grieve it and say, okay, that was a lesson, right? That was, you know, that was something that really taught me a big thing, you know, something that I thought was the case, it isn't. Something that I thought was it. Maybe you dated someone and, you know, you just thought it may be leading to something, or it may be something, but it wasn't, you know, it just wasn't. 5 of Swords indicates it's a lost battle. Do not go back to a situation that didn't work out. Go forward, move forward to the right people, to the right circumstances, to the brand new. Be open to the brand new, because this week you are getting an opportunity come in. Or in the next couple of days or so, you are getting an opportunity come your way. And it may be an opportunity that is completely brand new, nothing to do really with your past at all, and something that just feels right, expansive, and is going to bring you more money. And focusing on the past, you know, takes you back to the person who you were in the past. You're no longer that person, so it's not going to work. You have to go forward and not backwards. Okay, and that it was a lost battle. Yes, it was painful and it just didn't work out, but it's a lost battle. There's nothing you can do about it. And it's just time to move on. All right. I hope you... Now I feel done. Now I feel like the reading is complete. I hope you got all the messages that you needed in order to step into your next phase of your life. Again, if you'd like a personal reading and what to do about this, how to step into a role of more of this assertive person who can make decisions that they can trust, reach out to me. It's what I do. I do take readings. I am taking readings, and you can book a session with me, and that's where you can really learn more about what you can do next in order to achieve your goals even more and really get more from your life and not be stuck in a certain pattern that has been repeating perhaps for years or ages and ages, right? Because we want to move forward and not go back. That's the message I get here. Move forward, don't look back. All right, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I will see you in the next one.